God has started something in you that was not started by anybody else. God started something in you that you will never yourself be able to claim victory for, or you'll never be able to claim the essence of. God has started something in you that is bigger than everybody and anybody and anything you'll ever accomplish in your life. God is doing something in you that no real man, no real person, or even your best friends will even ever understand fully. God has started something in you that you yourself may not even understand fully right now. And the thing that God has started in you, he has a plan to finish what he started. You can get glimpses of what God started, and what that's called becoming who you were born to be. You know, many people used to tell me, Leroy, you need to be you, be you, be you, be you. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm doing the best I can. Like, really. Like they would say be you, as though be you was the easiest thing that humanity or person could ever try to do in their life. Like, go and become who you are. I want to remind you of something, because you've probably been feeling this thing. Becoming you is the most complicated and most difficult thing that you'll ever have to do in your life. And part of the reasons it's so difficult to do in your life is because God is the starter of it. God began it. He began this work while you were in your mother's womb. He started something that you didn't even know about, and it's in your life journey. It's your ability to discover who you really are. And people used to tell me that, be you, be you, be you. And then I realized that the people that were telling me to be me were not even themselves. There is something very challenging, something very difficult about becoming who you are. It's more of a process than it is a principle. It's more of a journey. You will have some high times, some low times. Sometimes you think you have it and then you lose it. Then you go a week and really feeling like you've got it. You'll get a new job and feel like that's your thing. And then 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 2 years, 5 years, you start to get lost again. You'll go from being 18 to being 19, and you'll have this breakthrough in your life to where you hit depression, anxiety. You kind of lose yourself and never know where you're going to land. You lose the things that you were taught, and then you try to live your own life. You ladies, you'll hit the age of 30 and 35, and you'll realize, and you'll say to yourself, I don't want to be a wife, or just a wife. I don't want to be just a mother. I want to be a person. I want to be myself. Men, you already know how we roll. You know that there's sometimes you have knowledge and you have understanding as to the person you think you should be, and then all of a sudden you kind of lose your way. You'll have troubles in your life that will distort who you really are and try to mess you up. But I want to remind you of something. Becoming you is the most beautiful process the world has to offer. It's the most beautiful thing that God planted in you. It's a process. It's a journey. It will have some highs and some lows. You'll hit a whole lot of wrongs before you hit right. You'll have a whole lot of bad before you find good. And out of all of the trash you have to go through your life to reach your treasure, out of all of that trash, in all of it, you'll find yourself tainted by some of it, messed up by some of it. Sometimes you'll feel sane, and sometimes you'll feel crazy. Sometimes you feel like you're found, and sometimes you feel like you're lost. Sometimes you'll cry out of pain, and sometimes you'll cry out of passion. There's some highs and some lows, some mountains and some valleys. But in every valley you face, you've got to realize and you've got to understand that there will be no valley if there were no mountains. So your perspective about the process of becoming who you are is you never giving up on the thing that God began in you. Because I want to tell you something, that seed that God put in you, that seed no one can take away. That seed that he planted in you, no one can taint, no one can distort. All of the hell you go through in your life, fire can't touch what God planted in you. You've got to believe what I'm saying, and you've got to understand what I'm saying. You've got to start to lift yourself up again, and you've got to start to look up to the hills from which cometh your help. Your help is coming from God. He's the one that planted the seed in you. And not only did he plant the seed, but he protected the seed. He dug deep into the ground and pushed it way down. So all of your trials, all of your tribulations, all of your troubles, they might mess you up and make you feel like you're crazy, but they'll never touch the seed that God put in you. He packed it down. And I believe this is so for somebody that's watching me. The season for your seed to grow, to show its stem, is right now. I feel a seed that is breaking through concrete, and it's causing the concrete to crack because it's been under the ground for too long.